Review copy provided by PlayStation. Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here, back with another guide for Returnal. This time I'm going to show you how to take down Ophion, the boss of the Abyssal Scar. For this boss, I'm using a level 28 Hollow Seeker, which, if you can tell by my other guides, this is probably my favorite weapon aside from the Thermogenic Launcher. But I would not recommend going much lower than 28, because this boss fight gets kind of crazy. This is a three-phase fight, just like all the rest, so you kind of know what to expect here. And starting off, the boss sort of morphs into three different forms. All of them basically act the same, but they kind of have different shots and different abilities you gotta watch out for, of course. So in phase one, we'll call this the skull phase. There are light orbs on either side of the boss that will keep popping up. And I believe, so I did this on the first try, so I didn't have a ton of time to experiment with this, but I do believe you need to hit those orbs to make the light come out. This way you can get some visibility on its eyes that are sort of scattered around its chest. So if you're not noticing any eyes, which are the weak point at some point, try shooting the light orbs surrounding the boss and you should be able to see them. But the eyes are what you're aiming for here. And the boss in phase one doesn't have too many attacks, but you have to be careful because you cannot dash through purple rings. You have to be very, very careful with that. So anything purple, you just have to avoid. You cannot dash through it. So the boss will send out two rings that sort of coalesce into a Venn diagram of sorts, and then it also has purple light bars that will sort of descend, and then in later phases they can also repeat, so you gotta watch out for those. You'll also notice that there are arrays of orange orbs. You can dash through these, shouldn't be too much of an issue. You do want to try to get close to them though, instead of waiting in the back like I was, because the more you wait, the more spread out they become, and they can become a bit more difficult to avoid. But that's phase one. It shouldn't take you too long, especially with a late game weapon, which you should have at this point. So in phase two, we get the full skeleton head instead of some weird amorphous shape. And then we get more eyes. There's one on the shoulder that you got to watch out for. And if you have a sniper rifle attachment for your Hollow Seeker, that could be a little tough to actually land, I found, because the boss seems to move very slow, but the limbs and the chest that have the eyes actually move kind of quickly. So you want to be very careful. What I did notice is that the boss drops health pickups, and I'm not sure if this was a mutation or something that I had, or if this is scripted. I have a feeling that it's supposed to happen because in the final phase, I had a full health upgrade, or full health refill drop for me. So I think it's supposed to be scripted. Either way, the fight remains mostly the same in phase two, just with some added abilities. You're still gonna always be aiming for the eyes here. The beams can come down, and now they are mixed with orbs. As you can see here, like I mentioned, the bars can repeat, so you want to be careful of those. But they won't like come back up or anything, they just always descend. I am going to use an astronaut figurine in this encounter. Like I said, this is the first time I actually fought this. I did this on the first try. Pretty happy about that, but I did have to take a resurrection. So, just heads up on that. The final eye for me was on his shoulder. That one took a little while to actually find and get down, because his shoulder moves a good deal. In the final stage here, though, we get the astronaut helmet for the boss. The skull is inside. I just wanted to shoot the head to see what would happen. Still, we're aiming for the eyes. Nothing really has changed, but this phase starts to get really, really wild, and I am going to take an astronaut figurine resurrection here. So the boss can start just shooting purple beams out of the orbs, so you want to be very, very careful watching out for those. Just move to the side as hard as you can, but you do want to watch out for his hands because they can swipe you, and of course watch out for the purple rings that are emanating from the sides. But this phase basically coalesces into, or it converts everything into one phase here, and you just have to deal with everything at the same time. So you have orange orbs coming from the front and the sides. You're going to have purple beams dropping down from the top. Those will repeat, of course. And then you have some green orbs that will come out of the front of the boss, and then you still have the purple rings to deal with. If you're too far over to either side, it can smack you with its tentacles, so you do want to watch out for that. But other than that, it's not too bad. Just keep shooting the light orbs to get the eyes to appear. I seem to have forgotten that at this point. That's okay. So now we have these purple bars that are going to be moving from left to right, along with the green orbs that are going to be coming out of the boss. And these purple bars sort of move in a triangle pattern, so you do want to watch out for those. They can be pretty deadly if you're not, paying attention to literally everything else that's going on. But there's the full health upgrade. I'm not really sure what caused that to spawn, if that was scripted or not. But there is now a orb in the center of the room that is spawning all matter of green particles. And I'm just trying to light up the room again. This way I can get an eye to shoot at. But it seems like while that orb is spinning around, you may not be able to reach an eye, but the final one for me was on this tentacle down here, so I may have just been on the wrong side. Again, this is the first time I did this fight, so I didn't get to see everything multiple times. But it's not too bad for a final boss. It's just a crazy fight, but those health pickups really, really help. And after you kill the boss, you will get the cube machine. So if you picked up a cube in one of the rooms earlier on in the level, you can now convert that cube to an item. And that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Returnal, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.